stressful. Think about it. You're in front of strangers, you are the only person talking up to 45 minutes continuously. Will you forget something? Will you stumble over your words? Will the audience be able to tell that you're nervous? Those are just a small percentage of the thoughts that could be running through a new speaker or a seasoned speaker's head moments before he or she takes the stage. All these thoughts can cause you to be bouncing around between different aspects of your speech and leave you unorganized. That's why this tip, I'm going to talk specifically about organization, not just with organizing your speech, but organizing different aspects that go into preparing a stellar talk. I've seen some people find out that they have to give a talk and then they immediately go into writing their speech. They may write it in order, or they may just jot down immediately what comes to mind. Others may not even write a speech at all, but simple thoughts. But really, before any of the actual development of your speech starts, you need to ask yourself a question. What do I want the audience to walk away with? It's a huge question that can make or break you. Honestly, it's a question that should remain relevant from start to finish. If you don't know what you want your audience to walk away with, if you don't know what actionable items you want to leave them with, then you'll be talking without a message landing. Asking yourself that simple question should be the first thing you do before anything else. You may not be able to answer it immediately, but you should take your time to sit down and brainstorm and come up with a legitimate answer or answers to that question. Now, we still aren't ready to write our speech down yet, but we are making progress. Next up, I want you to think about 3 supporting ideas that can help you drive home your main point to your audience. These 3 supporting ideas can build on one another, or if you're bold, they can be totally separate, but they still need to be relevant to one another. Your audience will need to be able to follow along as you take them on a journey, and it shouldn't go over their heads. If you're dealing with a complex topic, then you need to do your best to break it down to the basics or really consider changing your topic. Now we're ready to proceed into the actual writing of our speech. This really comes down to the speaker's comfortability level. So ask yourself, do you feel comfortable writing your entire speech out and preparing that way? There isn't a right or wrong way, but there are some ways that are more effective than others. One that I like to employ is to write only parts of my speech out and then implement storytelling into it. I talked about storytelling back in tip number 2. We all have stories that lessons or teachable moments can be carved from. If you choose to go with the storytelling route, then before you write down your entire speech or parts of it, you need to take time to vet your story and see if it's relatable and if it can complement your topic. When it comes to the organization of your speech, I usually suggest keeping things simple. With that being said, the most standard and well-proven way to go about organizing your content is to start with your introduction. Depending on how long your talk is, you can have anywhere from 30 seconds to a couple of minutes to reel your audience in and get them hooked. Another one of my earlier tips, I talked about how memorizing your content shouldn't be the way to go. But when it comes to your introduction, this is one part where I can truly suggest that you want to know word for word what you want to say. Maybe not memorize everything to a T, but you should know exactly what you want to say word for word. It kind of goes against what I said, but hey, it is what it is. Remember, first impressions are key, and this is your time to set everything up. From there, simple introduction, point 1, point 2, point 3, conclusion system normally works. Keeping things organized from start to finish when developing a speech is the best way to keep your stress levels low and your overall message potent. Remember, organization doesn't just mean organizing your speech. It also means organizing the way you go about completing different steps, developing content, and practicing. You'll eventually find your groove, and when you do, that's when you begin to touch the masses. If you found this tip useful, please like it and share it. Comment on it as well and let me know what you think. Till next Monday, my name is Julian Leonard, and this tip was brought to you by the J. Leonard Group.